Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the World of Astaria, the ongoing Dungeons and Dragons D&D podcast stream here on the Gamehouse Twitch channel and the Cast Iron Comics YouTube channel. I am your host, your DM, your UM, your Master of the Universe, and every single character on this planet in between, Chandler Angle, and I am joined by my usual crew, my brothers Braxton and Chase, my good friends Rob, Marie, and Zach, all prospectively playing the characters Aragon, Peacekeeper, Mina, Vanith, and Revan. Guys, welcome back!
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Whoop, whoop.
Last we left off with the crew, they had just easily defeated a hill giant. I know last stream I did a big mistake of keeping it on the splash page with the title characters as opposed to showing you the, you're used to watch this stream by now if you watch the stream. It's just a bunch of pictures going around the screen. Probably a little bit marginally more interesting than just one static image, but still, you heard it, decent radio play, I hope. Last we left, the crew had entered the town of Sanan, where after getting a place to stay for the night and putting the carriage away in a stable, Vanith had gone to procure a couple of hats. He had also asked the store owner about a place where he could perhaps get that amethyst he had found checked out. The store owner of the hats did admit to where he would not know. He probably recommended to the north part of town. The crew then went to sleep, where the most interesting thing happened. Mina spoke to her. I wouldn't call her patron.
BFF.
Yeah, your BFF.
Ah.
I had her name pulled up. Your BFF.
She's a bitch, and we know it.
She's not.
Where's the stone? Okay, I gotta find the stone.
She's manipulative, and we know it.
There it
No, Mina's just an innocent little girl, okay?
is.
Doing her best.
That's what someone who is not innocent would say.
True. Yeah.
Mina had spoken to Aquarock, the sort of, say, alien being that she's sort of been palling around with. Getting not only a sort of ominous vision of a mountain, but also getting the possible location of another one of these ancient stones that she and even Revan have been carrying for quite a while now. I think ever since season 1.
The pre-Vanith era.
Exactly. The pre-Vanith and
Oh, you're talking about?
What a sad era to live in.
Oh, it was so much easier back then.
You just kept making fun of Aiden, and it was a nice back and forth.
Oh, I don't get to make fun of Aiden anymore. It's so sad.
Don't worry, you'll eventually go back to the bar, I'm sure of it.
Oh,
So-
I don't know. He might be dead by then.
Don't say that.
You've given me an
I
idea
mean-
now, and I like this idea.
Oh no! Don't kill Aiden. No, you're gonna send us on a fucking quest to go save his ass.
Either
Fuck
way.
you.
That's a much
Yes.
that is a much better idea than what I had, Rob. Thank you.
Oh no! My
yes.
DM brain turned on.
So,
I need
Look what
to
you've
turn it off.
done.
now,
It's off.
before we come up with any better ideas for the stream, let us go ahead and jump right back into where you all are waking up. Vanith, you wake up at the stables with Stremmen. Aragon, you and Peacekeeper and SAB wake up in your room. Mina and Revan, you guys wake up seeing Arrakis had fallen asleep on the table looking at the map. Revan, give me an intelligence check real quick. Disadvantage.
Oh god.
Thanks.
Ooh.
Alright. Oh, I am considered to be a relatively intelligent fellow. Are you sure that I have to go with disadvantage?
Well, it's because you were drinking last night. Your memory
Was
might be
I?
a bit foggy.
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
you
God.
were.
My memory's already failing.
10. Okay.
He forgot he was drinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad sign.
You know what? A 10, just enough for you to remember that when you walked into the room, Arrakis was intently looking at the map.
Oh, I do remember. He put my ass to bed.
Yes, you stumbled into the room. He then carefully put the map away as he got up, came to help you into your bed and tucked you in, and then he immediately went back to the map. He is currently still asleep as you all wake
A
up.
man after my own heart, tucking
Yeah.
people into bed. What a guy.
So, who would like to
Something.
start this current morning? You guys are, I believe, you're 6 days into your trip right now. So, who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Vanith, you wake up at the stables. You see Stremen already taking care of the horses, and you notice that he actually took the time to get the wagon properly patched up. While your crew
Right.
did do a decent job of doing, admirable patchwork, Stremen had paid for the wagon to be, properly fixed.
Solid. I
Decent
give him a
intro.
high five and tell him he's done a very good job.
Yes, thank you, Vanith. Perhaps now you will be able to protect the cart better this time.
Oh,
Please do it.
yeah.
I will do my
It
best.
was mildly expensive, but it is fine. I am glad to contribute. I apologize. I have not been too useful on this trip.
You have
Yeah.
been plenty useful.
Well, thank you.
And your company, it is great to keep your company as well.
Well, thank you. I must
You know what I'm
admit,
trying to say?
you are all a very colorful group, and getting to spend time on the road with you has been rather nice. You get to learn a lot about the person when you're on the road with them.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Aragon, you're
Road
not
tells all.
with that. We're gonna cut over to Aragon and Peacekeeper since they're waking up, saying those two comments to themselves in their own room because they're not with Vanith or Stremen.
What?
I can hear.
No, you couldn't. He's down the fucking.
I got him after you.
Where are we? We're in our hotel room?
Yes, you've just woken
Yes.
up. I'm giving you guys a
No,
chance to
it's
do a little RP as you wake up.
I'm not familiar with the acronym, with the abbreviation.
That's fair.
Rocket, it's rocket propelled.
Yeah, rocket.
Yes.
Aragon and Peacekeeper just click their heels together and shoot out of the roof.
Must style.
Pretty much just a little in character stuff as you guys get up.
Got any food?
Did we happen to share a bed
No, it's,
last night, or
it's two beds.
maybe we
to a
had?
room. It was apparently this
Sure,
was a
we
big
have our own
thing the
bed.
last stream where we were figuring out how many beds to a room. It's 2 beds per room.
Because
each
you
have
kept
your-
asking it so like you kept being so confusing in the way you asked it.
It's
But
because none of you asked. I was just like,
I was muted. I was
That
was
is fair.
trying.
True.
that is fair. The one person who knew to ask the question couldn't ask the question. But yes, you each had your
we
own
wake
bed.
up.
Oh,
We wake up, and I asked Peacekeeper, "Did you change the temperature overnight? Because it's really fucking hot in here now, and that's not
me.
gotta
It
be
was
freezing
SAB.
cold. Everyone knows it has to be freezing cold. It's not
It was
SAB.
SAB. You sure?
Oh,
I think
no,
I saw
no.
him actually get up in the middle of the night and change it.
Oh no.
Did you ask him? Did you speak animal?
Why don't I ask him?
Huh?
Why don't you ask him? He's over there.
Because I just asked you first.
You're the one who's inquiring whether or not it was him. Maybe you should ask him.
You're
I
the
don't
one
think
inquiring about the change of the temperature.
you think it was him. I asked you about the temperature.
I said it wasn't me, and then I suggested it might have been.
So
You asked-
why don't you just SAB did it and ask him?
So, no, I don't care who did it. I'm not the one inquiring about it. I'd like to know who changed it. You might want to ask him.
Oh, change the temperature.
See, I don't know. Could be SAB. Why don't you ask him?
So, as the two of them wake up, it's been a long time since they actually were in close proximity, and the fact that they're back together now, it seems old habits pick right back up as they start acting this way towards each other once more. SAB sort of slowly cranes his head up as he hears you two talking, kind of cracks his neck and yawns. And let's cut over to Mina and Revan as you guys wake up in your room, in your separate beds, seeing Arrakis and hearing a discussion from Aragon and Peacekeeper in the next room. You can't really hear what they're saying, you just know they're talking intently.
Oh, my fucking head.
What'd you get for drinking? Nasty.
You didn't drink it.
Yeah.
Rackus, what were you doing?
He is
Went
still
to bed
asleep.
and you were looking at a map.
Rackus is currently asleep. You'd have to wake him up.
Oh. Rackus! Rackus! I try to shake him awake.
He wakes up and says, hey guys.
What's going on? What are you looking at so intently?
Um,
Well, nothing, Mina. He's had his fucking eyes closed because he's been sleeping.
that's actually pretty good.
I give you a glare. It says it is too fucking early in the morning to deal with you right now.
Oh,
Nah.
Rackus.
yes. Well, okay, yeah, I can tell you guys what I've been kind of preoccupied with for a couple days now.
Oh.
I need you both to roll intelligence checks real quick. Revan and Mina. Okay, we'll say that's your general knowledge of the city, or the port town, port city of Riverside. And Arrakis turns to you both and says, okay, it's gonna be odd I'm asking about the place where we're going, but have either of you two ever been to Riverside? The port
Riverside,
town?
California?
Riverside.
You know,
Be
the
careful going there.
port town we're
I
heading
don't-
to?
Don't think so.
I'd say with a 16 and 18, Mina, you having lived in this country, you've heard a lot about Riverside. Very famous for shipping and receiving all sorts of different types of cargo from all over. Revan, I'd say with an 18, you've actually spent a little time in Riverside before. You kind of, it's been a while, but you'd say you'd still be able to know your way around there pretty decently.
Yeah, so what are you asking?
It's gonna sound, I guess, kind of crazy, but I looked at it on a map, and it's water deep. It's where I'm from. It's a little smaller, but the way it's structured, the way it's laid out, and that's water deep.
That's
Yo, E.T. is phone
Strange.
home.
You're definitely not from here, and it's a different name.
Exact. That's strange. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around this, and I'm trying to remember back to what they talked about in the temple about, like the wizards and the king saying, like, realities falling in on each other, and I'm trying to process this, and I'm thinking, like, is this did Waterdeep just, where I'm from, just fall into here? And if so,
No,
Seems unlikely.
it's definitely been here longer than you have.
I mean, that's the strange part I'm thinking about. I'm looking at the maps. I got a slight history thing. It's saying Waterdeep's one of the first cities that was developed in this nation, and the city of Riverside, one of the first ones that was here. And I'm just like trying to think. Does everything I know exist there? Does most things I know exist there? Like, I'm just a little confused, but I'm kind of excited because have either of you ever lived there, or at least visited there before?
Heard about it. Haven't you been there before?
Rob?
Evan. I think he's zoning out. There's a
Wait.
tendency to do that. What? There you are.
Sorry, I had my my thing muted when I was talking before, but yes, I believe I have been here. My foggy brain semi remembers this place. Back when I was a pirate.
Pirate?
Pirate. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Pirate?
just quickly write
You're a
that down.
pirate?
Arg.
That's where I got my gun. Funny story, I think. Yeah.
Haha.
In
Revan.
parentheses,
you
lore
you
time.
gotta- Ah, I want to hear about this.
Well, it's too bad. You'll have to pick my brain another day when my head doesn't kill me so
Revan,
much. But yes.
You see Araki's kind of stand up from the chair a bit shakily as he's both probably a bit tired but also kind of very intent. He kind of walks over to you and puts his hands on your shoulders like, I don't mean to be abrasive, but do you remember anything about a library outside of town? And with that, I want you to roll an advantage intelligence check.
Okay, I was about to be like, maybe? Alright, that's not terrible. That's pretty average too.
So a 10 and a 13. Or wait, what was the 18 for?
That was my initial check when I was figuring out if I actually remembered the town or not.
Oh, okay. Okay, so 13 out of 10. With a 13, you can recall mostly the kind of inner workings of the city. A lot of places offhand. Whenever, like, the outskirts of the city, you don't really recall too much because the last time you were there, you weren't paying too much attention to stuff outside of it as you were leaving. Maybe a little bit of farmland, you know, that the city has is just a kind of decent way of making crops during the spring times or whenever they can grow. But unfortunately, you don't remember too much outside of the city.
Yeah. I do not remember much outside of the city. Unfortunately. I apologize, Arrakis. Obama.
That's alright. I'm probably just getting my hopes up over nothing.
Well, you know, we'll potentially see something. You know, back in my pirate days, I dealt with scurvy a lot, so... At least, I think I did.
I fail to see the correlation between that, but I appreciate it.
Well, you know, I didn't take care of my body, you know, and thus I don't remember as much from that time period of my life.
I thought
Yep,
scurvy was
Scurvy's
like
a bitch.
I thought scurvy was like
Yeah.
a thing with your gums.
It is, but I'm just talking about the fact that I didn't take care of my body. And that was a
Using
prime
scurvy
example
as an example.
Exactly.
Oh,
For
I am
instance,
very
Example,
tired. I
that's like a weird
apologize
way to
little
say
bit.
excuse.
Like, that's
it's
why I
okay.
keep
He
an
sounds like
orange
an
on
idiot.
me. That's why I keep an orange on me at all times.
Oh,
makes sense. That's just good. That's just good thinking.
I'm assuming
He pulls out-
Peacekeeper and Aragon are just in the room now since you both are talking.
They exist in all places at once.
Yes.
I pull out an orange and eat it.
No?
So, after the quick little discussion, you guys all meet downstairs. You have a quick breakfast. Vanith and Stremen come to the bar to have that same breakfast. You guys are sitting around the table. Does anyone want to bring up anything?
Well, back when I had scurvy.
Revan recounts the times of him maybe being a pirate, but definitely having scurvy.
How'd you beat Scurvy? How'd you beat it?
Well, you know, a lot of oranges, but mostly
Sure,
actually
mention that.
lemons. Lemons, you know. I got my citrus. We got stuck on an island, and there were a lot of lemons on this island. So
Mm.
I
Okay, lemons are in abundance.
so I ate
Can you?
all those lemons and dreamed of a day where I could come back and see my friend Peyton, who
Peyton.
who I would also make fun of constantly. Similar to
Oh,
Aiden. Very
wow.
similar people.
Interesting.
Do you
Sounds
have-
like you have like
Colorful
Yeah.
past.
Type.
biases.
Yes, I was
Just-
about to say, Mr. Revan. Or do you just have like?
Wait, is Strummond here?
Yes, I've been.
Yeah,
thinking-
he
we've
came
been
in
Oh,
and-
eating-
okay, we're
Hmm.
back.
We've been eating breakfast together
Like-
for about like 20 minutes while this guy's been going off about scurvy.
I'm sorry, Strummond.
It's alright.
Revan just kind of seems to dominate conversation.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, he has that kind of
Well-
charisma about him. Very much
No,
unwavering and never
Probably a
stops
result
talking.
of the scurvy.
Yes,
a
you're
result of
probably
the
right.
scurvy.
I've never sailed, so I don't know anything about scurvy.
I've
It's-
never seen the ocean, so I understand. Wait, no, that's a lie. Didn't I meet? No, you guys
Even
have a different
pictures?
me. I've never seen an ocean.
What is
It's
a
a
picture?
picture.
Even in a picture?
What is
It's a
picture?
picture.
I've seen a painting of
Oh, a painting.
an ocean, but
Ah.
that's it.
Why did you call it something else if you meant a painting?
He called it that, not me.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just here.
So about my scurvy.
Aha.
Thank God we returned to the scurvy.
Yes. How did you beat the scurvy other than lemons? Was it sheer will?
Probably.
Wow. Listen to that. True hero of our times.
Well, after I defeated scurvy is when I met you guys. I think that Aiden is actually Payton, which is why I give him so much shit.
Your
Really
song
now?
name.
Really?
I think so.
You think a man? You think Aiden changed his name from Payton to Aiden, and then somehow still ran into you?
Quite
I mean,
convenient.
I also beat scurvy with lemons, so who knows?
I was gonna say this, Vanith. You see Stremin kind of tap you on the shoulder and kind of lean, and she's like, "I don't think you really beat the scurvy."
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what scurvy is, but I'm not sure he beat it either.
It's okay. So I lived near a dock when I was little. It's like a thing sailors get if they don't eat fruit. I don't know what kind of fruit. I guess just
Ah.
fruit in general.
Got it.
I'm not 100% on it myself, as I said before, but
Very interesting.
Still, helpful information. Thank you.
so you guys sit having breakfast, going over only the scurvy discussion. As you guys pay your bill,
Yes.
you saddle up back onto the cart, and you start leaving the town of Sanan. Any and all business before you leave, you can go ahead and say it right now if you want to, but if not, we're gonna hop back onto the road.
Can
I'm
I
good.
go get my amethyst checked out?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, Kenneth, I've got no wait. Never mind.
Back to
I'm
the
being
world map.
stupid. Ignore me. ahead.
Okay.
Back to the world map. You, Maneth, give me an investigation check. Excuse me. I said, give me an investigation check, and then I bit of action
Everyone?
reflex. Just Vaneth. Just Vaneth.
Bang,
Okay.
boom.
He's,
Oh, that's a natural one.
Vaneth, you
Do
look
we
around
have an
for-
item?
Vaneth, you look around for somebody you think is of like reputable standings in this kind of town. You see a homeless guy, and you ask him if he knows any place where you can get the amethyst checked out. He just sort of shrugs and pisses himself as he sits in the street in the morning. You sort of shrug and step away from him as the piss kind of almost gets near your foot. You hop in the cart, and you guys start heading out of Sanan to the port city of Riverside.
I also would like to put on the leather Indiana Jones like hat.
Okay then.
That's the hat I will wear today.
All right, with that,
Beautiful.
everyone, you notice Vanith put on a very sharp-looking hat, similar to his old one, but a little bit fancier, a little bit
Ooh,
a
fancy.
little bit more less weathered and a little bit more rugged. And with that, I'll change your character portrait back to a hat one eventually.
Oh, you're all good.
But with that, is everyone sitting in the cart like the way they are shown on screen, or?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Streben driving the cart once
I can't
more.
sit next to- I can't sit next to Peacekeeper. I do it.
What'd you say?
I can't sit next to Peacekeeper anymore for the day. Not after all that bullshit.
Yeah.
You guys bickering.
Just touch the thermostat.
Aragon and Peacekeeper bickering quite like brothers in some sort of manner. Peacekeeper, you're on the front of the cart
I
with
get it.
Stremin as he's driving the horses. Can I get a perception check from you?
Who?
Peacekeeper. Co-pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Nine.
The shit.
So, you guys managed to get a pretty decent stake away from the town. Maybe about halfway towards Riverside. The trip probably taking the better part of the day. When Peacekeeper, you notice kind of running out of the tree line. You don't know the exact method they're running, but you see two orcs start to approach the road, and they're running frantically.
Okay.
And with that, what do you do?
So they're just running. They're not necessarily running at us.
You see, they have clubs and they have
No.
items. They have like things on them
Okay.
that would be like, if they were gonna fight, they can fight.
Yep.
But they are indeed
Understood.
just running.
Can orcs speak English?
I mean, that's up to you. Do you want to try and speak to the orcs?
I mean, we're in the wagon. Worst case scenario, they tag us. We just obliterate them. So, yeah, let's pull up in front of them and see, and like ask them, yell at them why they're running. What are they running from?
All right, you have.
Why are you running?
You have
Why
Strowman.
are you running?
I'll move them appropriately. You have Strowman pull up in front of them, and you speak to them. And I'm gonna quickly roll a die to see if they can speak common or not. You gotta give this advantage.
Tomorrow.
I need 2 d20s. Where the hell are they? There. Okay. One orc kind of looks at you afraid and confused, but the other one just sort of points back behind him and says, "Owlbears!"
Oh, let's
I'm calling
go.
Uber.
With that, the
Sure.
orcs kind of start trying to run around you as you see approaching from the tree line behind you these two massive creatures. The culmination of what you'd see is like a bear-type form with accents of an owl. The two orcs just continuing their mad run away as
The owl.
Yes, an owl
What
bear.
bitch?
Here, I'll make the picture bigger so you can see what it is.
Oh.
That's how big.
Oh, so it looks like a
It's a bear. It's a
wyvern.
bear-sized owl.
Bear-sized,
Would you rather
Half-
fight
and half
bear-sized
bear,
owl or
big.
an owl-sized bear?
All right,
Bear-sized
so
owl.
you see two
Half
of these
man bear.
creatures walk out of the woods, and with that, I need everybody to roll initiative.
Hell yeah.
Yay.
I'll roll for the NPCs,
What happens
the
next?
bears, and the orcs.
Oh, suck
Vanith
it.
is
Oh,
noise. Oh,
Damn. Okay, real quick, Aragon and Mina, what is your dexterities?
Wow.
Oh.
It's 13.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, Aragon is going first this round.
See what you got,
Aragon,
dragon.
Mina, then we have Vanith.
Those are all pretty good rolls. All double-digit rolls.
I need to
Usually
roll.
someone gets.
Need to roll for the NPCs. Alright, now for the bears. And for the orcs.
put some respect on their names. They're owl bears.
True. Okay, the orcs and the owl bears will be going at the same time. So, let me just make sure I get everyone.
Wait a minute. The orcs have stopped the fight.
No, they're still running, but they still have a turn in initiative.
Oh.
So we
The
have.
owl bear might be hunting them because it already has their scent.
Alright, so
That's
Aragon, Mina, Vanith. Then after Vanith, we have Revan.
Woot.
Then Peacekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
Then the NPCs. And then the owl bears and the orcs. Now let me just get the fight music going. And Aragon, what would you like to do?
I'm trying to see how far away they are.
Oh, I got you. Currently from you, about 30 feet.
Oh, 50 feet. You clear that.
Can. I'd say B and I.
Okay.
Off the back of the carriage.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I to believe that these guys are hovering above the ground?
Oh no, these
or
are
they
they.
falling?
Here's the thing: they are basically bears with the accents of owls, so they have like large owl-like faces, feathers, and a mixture of bear fur. But they can't fly; they're just large,
Oh.
hovering creatures.
Jodos.
Okay.
But
Did
they're
you say bears then?
well, they're owl bears. Like It's a D&D classic
Don't
too.
you get it? Owl bear.
You said
Forgot.
owl bear.
Guys, man bear pig is real and it's super cereal.
For cereal.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and do some serious damage right off the bat. So we're gonna go with the old long sword.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Mm.
Ooh, probably not good.
13 just
Yeah.
misses as the owl bear sort of
Ooh.
like dodges away from your longsword and kind of looks at you and snarls.
Then I'm gonna use my second action for an unarmed strike. The blade, but now I'm going to try to kick him.
Okay.
Gonna go for the old kick. What's this one? It's the right one. Oh no, that's still +6. Jesus. Oh,
15 will hit. As you miss with the sword, but you bring up your giant draconic foot and just club this thing in the face with it. Go ahead and roll. What is it? 1d4
I can
plus
like
your
that.
strength.
come on.
I haven't seen your roll yet.
No, I haven't seen the roll either. I'm just trouble typing.
Okay, max damage, not bad.
Woo!
Just pull up.
Now, like SAB to launch an attack as well. Let's try to get this. Let's try to pin this fucker down.
All right, I'll roll SAB first. As he's going to go in, he's going to kind of step to the side to you, and he is going to. Let's see. We're going to go with a bite attack and then a claw attack. Oh. 17 will definitely hit, so that's going to be for the bite attack 1d8.
More like a
damage.
date. Oh.
And then SAB is going to try and rake his claws over the bear. Claw attack. Oh my. Okay, that's. I remember a nerfed SAB, so I'm remembering his stats now. A 6 will not hit. However, SAB
dare
managed to
you.
get a giant bite into this thing's arm. After it lunged away from you, it kind of sees where it kind of plants its foot, and SAB just goes, chomps into its arm as the bear goes. With that, let me just quickly calculate its damage. And with that, Mina, you could start describing what you'd like to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna use message to talk to the orcs, and I also have comprehend language.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna try. It doesn't say that I can necessarily speak that language. I'm gonna try talking to the one who responded in common. Tell him that like if he understands me, he can speak in like orcish or whatever. But I'm gonna tell them that they do not help us, that we will let the second one chase them down and kill them.
The orc that's kind of leading the way for the two of them, he sort of looks at the cart as you cast this message towards him, and he just sort of like goes, I mean, probably gonna go for you as opposed to us now, so fuck it.
Oh,
No fuck.
shit.
He called your bluff.
He did. Very much did.
To be fair on his
Grim.
part, a dragonborn literally charged one of them. There's two horses and like at least two other people on the cart that he can see, so he's like, we got the best chance of running away now.
Okay. Well then, I will. As that counts as my turn, since I kind of used 2 spells.
That's fair. Do you have
Yeah.
a bonus action or anything like that you'd like to try? Movement?
No, I'm gonna stay on the cart for now.
Okay then. And with that, Vanith, you're up as these orcs are getting ready to run away. You saw Aragon and SAB leap out the back. You see Strevin sort of bringing the horses to a stop. What would you like to do?
Hell yeah. I enter a rage with a massive smile on my face
All right.
and go to attack this owl bear.
All right, let's see what you got.
All right. So we're gonna make 2 attacks with my axe. The first is a 26.
19 would have hit, so 26 is definitely going to hit.
Incredible. Awesome. I also get to do an extra d4 of lightning damage on top of that.
Oh, that's right.
Fun. So that first hit does 16 and then 2 lightning damage. So
Okay.
18 on the first hit. And then we're going. Ooh, that's a natural 1. Dang, that's my second natural 1 this session.
All right, so you bring the sparking axe up, and as you charge forward, you have, much like Thor in Endgame, kind of like this crackling energy rippling from the axe, a little bit from your eyes as well, as you just leap forward and slam it into the side of this thing. It lets out a horrible, and then you bring the your new bone metal club up, and you go to strike it, and it puts one of its big meaty owl talon claws up and catches it, pulls it from you, and tosses it behind it.
Rude.
And with that,
Well, that's my turn.
with that, it is Revan's turn.
Well. Look at
What
what we've
turn
got going
they
on
will do.
here. All right, I'm gonna step on outside, and both our big guys are over there, so that's a little bit troublesome for my squishy character. They are very much in range, so I'm gonna actually step kind of back behind this, like use it as cover. I'm gonna fire at the big motherfucker there.
All right. Roll to hit.
Hey, why are you saying damn?
I didn't say damn. I said roll to hit.
I did.
Oh.
Nina did.
Oh.
Did.
Hey, I wanna inquire as to why.
Damn, Daniel.
Oh,
Because instead of like focusing on the owlbearers, you're going after those guys.
Well, you know, if I can.
It's the
do some-
scurvy talking.
Scurvy!
It's the scurvy.
He's got that sea
Alright, let's
madness.
All right,
Some
so
scurvy.
I'm hunter's marking that bitch.
Okay.
I'm going for double hits here. All right, this is a 14 hit.
A 14 will hit this unarmored orc.
All right.
Just normal guys. I won't say it.
Well,
Mercy, I guess.
they are attacking us, so you know. shit
No, they're
happens.
not. They're running away.
I totally misunderstood
Asshole.
the situation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They're just running away. They could
I
be
told you,
normal
it's the scurvy
civilians.
I
talking.
love this.
Okay.
I love this. This is
Oh.
totally
I am
fun.
not, even though I can't switch my hunter's mark, I am gonna switch my target. So I'm gonna roll again. I honestly just.
Has a moment.
Man,
of clarity.
Revan.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Killing the bear.
I'll punish you.
Oh!
I'll punish you
Oh!
later.
Shit.
for
Boy.
that. But so that's a net 20 to hit, huh?
That is. That
If it was
is.
the orc and you just destroyed him.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. This is damage for first shot, which would be 26, and then I'm gonna shoot again.
Wait, 26.
That's if that kill. Yeah, I got a natural 20. Isn't that double damage?
Let's see. Yeah, well, I mean, wait. So was the 14 also on the owl bear, or was the 20 the owl bear?
No, the 14 was originally on the orc, and then I changed my
Oh,
target. So I figured I'd have to re-roll.
I.
So
Okay,
that's
I don't
does
mean to
the
be
26
too-
kill it?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't. Okay, you're not gonna kill it with a 26, but I don't mean to be too much of a stickler, but I'm gonna let you change your target, but you're gonna keep the 14, which would still hit.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I get for zoning out.
Well, I mean, you could have gone.
What you
and
get for
killed-
almost committing war
You
crimes.
could have killed an orc, no problem, but then you know, midway through your thing, you changed it.
That's okay. It's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
The scurvy.
I'm gonna shoot my other gun at them.
So a 14 does hit, so you would have done 13 damage to the owlbear.
Okay, and then does a 12 hit?
A
Owlbear.
12 just misses.
Ah, okay.
Alright,
So
so
boom, boom.
you see Vanith pull the axe back and the bear knock his club away, but you see the talon still up and you manage to shoot it right in the middle of its talon. It just goes, "Ooh."
I see the scurvy has not affected your aim.
Only my brain, apparently.
Alright. With that, we're at Peacekeeper.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna
Keep
hop
the
down out of the
beast.
wagon. I'm gonna run over to this bear. And I'm gonna
Join
try
me.
and hit him with the short sword.
Alright. Show me
Should.
what you got.
There we go. There we go. And then hop.
17
hit.
hits.
We'll hit and then 2 second.
Alright, 6 damage. Very nice.
I think I get to
Yeah, but
Attack
you have
again.
multi-attack since you have 2 swords.
Yes. start. I just said. So let's see if this one connects, which it doesn't.
A 6 does not, as the owl bear with its, you
Blast.
managed to like get next to Vanith and stab it right in one of its shoulders. You pull the sword
Nice.
back and flourish the other one to go and swipe at it. But with the hand that's just been shot and it still kind of like paws your sword away. Not enough to
Yeah.
pull your sword away from your grip, but it managed to like knock it away from hitting it. And he just goes like.
Gotta be careful with my swords this time. Okay.
These things only like to be hit once, not twice.
Yeah, clearly.
And with that, it is the NPC's turn. As first up, Stremin is finally going to pull his bow out from the side of the wagon. He's going to take aim at the one Aragon has, and I'm going to pull up his stats. Because Stremin has yet to be able to fight this campaign. Oh no, he's been fighting.
Yeah,
He
he
had
was
to
in the
fight on this
cupboard.
card trip. This is his first attack.
He was
in
on the
trip.
he was in the zombie fight.
Yes. Oversight on my part. Let's see. Short bow.
Do you have scurvy?
No, I do not.
Fair question.
It's never bad to ask.
Yeah, we just gotta make sure. We must
I
protect.
feel like we
them.
should start asking that of everyone we meet.
I
Yeah,
mean-
scurvy. That's sort of like the-
Icebreaker.
Yeah.
Smart.
Stremin pulls back with the bow. Unfortunate 11 just misses as the arrow flies right over the owlbear's head and back as it just kind of looks towards the cart and snaps at him and starts like, "Oy, I'm gonna have to practice a bit." And then Arrakis is gonna go ahead and step out of the cart. Oh god, not owlbears. I've heard about these things. They're awful. Okay, he's gonna think for a second. Okay. Let's go with the instant classic, and he's just gonna hold his hand up and cast Acid Splash once more. And now it's time for that famous segment of the stream where we go to Google, because I forgot to look up Acid Splash before the stream.
Woo!
This
It's
guy.
a staple here in Astaria that we quickly Google spells as opposed to having them written down.
Yeah.
Get this man a post-it note.
Actually, pretty good idea. Alright, so he needs to save on a dexterity saving throw. What is Arrakis'? Let's see. Okay, so shit, Arrakis has a spell save of 16. This bear needs to beat a 16.
Yikes.
Good luck.
19, it's taking half damage.
Damn.
Aragon, you
Yeah.
see
What
this
happens?
ball of acid collide with the bear. It puts its arm up to block, and it's only going to be taking. Let's see how what half.
I vote 0 or a million.
It takes 2 damage. You smell the kind of sizzling, burning sensation. It's not exactly the fire smell of something cooking, but it smells like it's sizzling, and the owlbear just sort of snaps at the cart as Arrakis just goes like, "Oh, okay, I'll have to step it up next time." And with
Do these things have fingers that they're snapping at us?
It's no. It's like when they like kind of
Eh.
clack their beaks. Like
Oh,
they're
I know. I was
snapping.
just being an asshole. I was just
Oh,
being an
that's a first. Is that Vanith? You're usually not that type of guy.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
so
usually Robin.
owl bears might like smooth jazz. Who am I to judge?
Break out the bagpipes.
I'm gonna have to write that down for a new location in the city. The jazzy
It's actually
owl, the jazzy owl bear.
it's pronounced Yaz with a soft J.
Much like
Yaz.
Yogi.
Oh, I have a flute. I have a Yaz flute I can play.
All right. Next up
And
is
together.
the owl bears and the orcs. We're gonna have the orcs
Right.
go first as they just start running away. They're full
Okay,
speed.
but they'll
Yeah.
continue to run.
And now it's the owl bears as.
Can I yell at the orcs? Can I yell something at the orcs real quick?
On your turn, yes. Because
Okay.
I gotta attack with these bears, these owl bears.
Understandably.
All right. So, seeing that SAB was the one that lurched into it, the owl bear is gonna swing its big meaty paw at him. And it's got a multi-attack.
meaty claws.
Sorry.
Oh my god, it's got a +7 to hit.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Let's see how this dinosaur does
Easy
against
money.
an owl bear.
Okay.
A 9.
Yaw.
Yep.
Hit.
The SAB is far more agile than this creature, as he just like kind of steps back, and the bear goes. And then it's going
He's
to
a
use,
cat. He's an agile cat.
And the owl bear is going to use its second attack to try and bite Aragon.
Fuck this guy.
Did provoke him.
Fighting is just kind of rude, you know.
At 11. Wow. Terrible rolls for the owl bears as Aragon. This one almost clacks at your knee, but you manage to kind of step away, getting into the position to attack again on your turn. Now it's time. Now it's time for the owl bear with Vanith and Peacekeeper. First one is going to be a claw attack on Peacekeeper.
Good.
Okay, at
Ah.
21.
Just does it.
I feel it's always
I think
Peacekeeper.
it's just a
the
little
only one I
bit.
managed to hit is Peacekeeper all the time.
Yeah.
All right, that is. Oh my god. Claw attack is
What the damage
2d8
is?
plus 5.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, I got something for him.
Take some big boy damage here.
That's 18 damage to you, Peacekeeper, as this claw
I'm gonna. No, it's
breaks
not.
through you.
I'm gonna use the uncanny dodge.
Ooh.
Yo.
That's gonna be halved and go to 9.
Okay, 9
Oh,
damage.
9 damage.
As the
Alright.
claw does rake through you, but you manage to kind of like pull back to where it's not as much damage. Your padding armor being a little scuffed or being a little tattered now, but you managed to circumvent the worst part of it. And now, Vanith, the owl bear,
Bring
is
it
gonna
on.
bite you in the knee.
Not my knee.
Alright.
Body.
Bite him in the knee.
That's
Do it.
21.
That's my knee.
Oh my god.
As the owl bear just clamps its beak into your knee. After I roll damage, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Alright, so damage for the beak.
Oh, I will have that with advantage, so that's fun.
His knees more messed up than Booby Miles.
14. All right, so that's 7.
Alright, 7.
Halved because I'm in a rage, and then I do my strength with advantage because I'm in a rage. A 13.
So the owl
Not
bear's
very
strength is 20.
advantageous. Yike.
So Vanith, the owl bear clamps into your knee and then starts raking around and knocks you to the ground with its beak still in your knee.
Solid. So I'm prone right now.
Yes.
Got it.
Alright.
Oh, man.
With
It's
that,
tough stuff.
we're back at the top of the initiative. Aragon, you're up.
Yeah. Fuck that guy with his mouth on his knee. We're gonna have to distract him. It's his bat. So am I to assume? So if I were to fire my my choice of words, use my fire, it wouldn't be able to burn Vanith because of the position he's got him in.
Can you read what the fire breath does if it's a cone or if it's a straight line? Because if it's a cone, you'd be hitting, I think, both Vanith and Peacekeeper.
Oh God.
We
It's a
can
cone.
take it.
Exhale at a 15-foot cone.
Okay, so 15-foot cone. Let me just measure this out real quick. So,
Pretty sure that's gonna hit.
yeah, that's gonna hit I mean, it's gonna hit both the owlbears, but it'll also hit both your comrades.
Do it.
After
I
you
can take-
aim for there.
Worth the risk.
Ah. Two bun.
All right. So are you
Just kidding. Not doing that. Not doing that.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, I want while I go to attack the sparrow on SAB to go around and attack the owlbear that's currently engaged with Vaneth from behind. You know,
I am not engaged to this owlbear.
little sneak attack.
From
Well,
behind.
then you find that SAB is gonna take him from behind. Wow. Using my longsword on this bastard.
Oh, so would it be a furry or a scaly?
Scaly. Look.
I'm afraid.
Okay, so 22. What were you attacking with?
Longsword. So now here comes the.
Son. Doo-doo-doo.
Yep, longsword will definitely hit with a 22. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, I gotta. Oh my God! Stop popping up when I click on something. D&D Beyond.
I don't think it can hear you.
You go get the car.
D&D Beyond is always listening.
That and Alexa.
Zuckerberg.
All right, that is 8 damage.
That seems a little light for a 22, but I get it.
Well, it was a nat 20. It'd be critical.
Yeah,
So
it's only better than a 20. Just kidding. Then it'd be a 20. Then I'm gonna use an unarmed strike while SAB moves in position to attack the other owlbear. Just try to get his attention away from Vaneth. So we're gonna go with a little roll with a little unarmed strike.
16 will hit, and you said SAB's going for the one attacking Vaneth?
No, I'm using an unarmed strike on the owlbear near me. I want SAB to move around and get a position to attack the other one.
That's what I just said.
Ooh.
But very good.
That's what you said.
We'll have SAB move this way. Luckily, still not out of the range of the other one, so he's not going to be attack of opportunity.
I assume my unarmed strike hits at 16.
Yes, it did.
Then there's the damage.
All right. Also, for anyone in chat, I just saw the remark about the mic needing to be turned up. If anyone can respond with if the volume's all right, please do.
We can just yell if you want.
No. I turned it up, so I need a proper response. We can't yell if we're up, not turned all the way up, but at least this high up.
Well, we
All
can.
the way
it's just
up.
not advised.
All the way up.
Yeah, all the way up.
All right. With that, we have SAB. Okay, SAB needs to do his attack. My mistake. So he's going to do his multi-attack on the owlbear. So first,
Attaboy.
15 hits as SAB lunges to the back of the other one, attacking Vaneth, chomps it on the kind of back of him, and starts kind of gritting his teeth into him. For
Nice.
what's the damage? What the damage to the bite? 1d8. Oh. Oh, caps lock's on. 7 damage. And then he's gonna go ahead and use his claw attack.
Not the attack of the claw.
Oh, look out! It's the claw. A 19 will hit.
We're
As
so
SAB
dumb. I love it.
digs his claws into this owlbear for. Okay, not bad, SAB. Good round, good round.
Very nice.
Very proud of you, SAB.
Always proud of SAB.
Shit on me. The owlbear lets out a massive yelp of pain as it lets go of
Letting
Vaneth's
me
knee,
go.
and
Yeah.
then after it turns around, it just sees SAB sort of mad dogging it and just goes, oh, oh, oh. The owlbear just roaring
like it.
back at him, just. And with that, it is Mina's turn.
Yo. Okay, so I'm going to start running over to try and heal repeats. I can't quite make it. I do make it to like there.
Okay.
And then damn. I'd get caught in it. I don't have any. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Oh,
Way they don't come after me.
smart.
All right. So you are currently invisible. I think there's a way I can.
Duration is if I lose my concentration or up to an hour. So, I think I'm good.
I need to. I know there's a way I can add like a little thing to your character card to show you as invisible. I just don't know how to do that. But for now, I'll make a mental note.
Invisible.
All right, you're currently invisible. You just blink out of existence for a moment, or at least out of sight, as you make your way towards Peacekeeper. And with that, Vanith, you're up as you're on the ground. Your knee pretty badly bloodied.
Let's go. All right. Gonna make 3 attacks against this guy.
All right, go ahead.
I don't have my great club, correct? It's like behind me.
Yes. I guess for representation's sake, it would be next to SAB.
Okay. So I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up, first of all, and then I'm gonna make 2 attacks with my great axe, and then I'm gonna make 1 with my scimitar.
Oh, that's right. You picked up a bunch of scimitars.
What?
I have a bunch of the scimitars in the bag. I have a scimitar that's a +1 scimitar. I don't remember exactly from where I got it.
The Moonblade, right?
Oh, that's the Moonblade. Is it nighttime right now, or is
No,
this
it
the
is
day?
still very much early day, approaching
That's fine.
afternoon.
Awesome. So let's go for the first hit. That's a 15 to hit.
Mhm.
All right, 15, I believe that hits. Let me look at the other stats.
Yep.
15 hits, 12 damage.
Cool. It's gonna do 12 damage.
All right.
Let's go with the next one if he's still standing.
He's looking rough.
Awesome. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
20 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's another 11 damage onto this guy.
All right,
How's he
Vanith,
looking?
how do you kill this one?
I absolutely want to chop its head off
All
because
right.
I would like to keep its head.
The sparking electricity fading away from the axe as you tumble to the ground. You pick yourself up, your knee pretty damaged, but you grit and bare your teeth through it as you masterfully swing the axe into it once, slamming into the other side where you chopped it. Now both sides being well slashed with an axe, it just turns back to you and roars, and then you bring the axe up as it's kind of like parallel to you and just guillotine it down through its neck, just like.
I'm hoping the electricity helps cauterize it a little bit so the head isn't bleeding as much.
Oh no, it's not sparking right now.
That's massive.
Oh, that's fine.
That was sheer brute force what you just did. As the
Incredible.
Don't you want all of the blood to drain out? That way that it isn't just
Oh,
sitting
that's
in
fair.
there?
That's fair, especially because we're going to put this thing in the bag of holding.
Alright.
Bag of holding.
So
Holding
I'm
back.
going to step over its body and use my scimitar to attack the other one.
Alright.
That will be a 17 to
Damn,
hit.
17 will hit.
And do a big 11 damage as I slash this thing on its right arm.
Alright. You bring the axe down again, you feel like you're on a roll, you just chop into this thing as it just kind of roars at you as it's now getting slowly surrounded by the group of you, as it just standing its ground angrily.
I flourish my scimitar in a cool blade-like dance.
Alright.
Ooh.
With that, we are at Revan.
Okay, I guess
forgot to yell.
that I will have to kill this one now. So I'm gonna move my hunter's mark this time over there.
Okay.
If I hit, I'm assuming that hits. I'm gonna roll for my natural 20. Did not get it. Okay. All right. So I did 8 damage to this bitch.
All right, you kind of take a second to line up a shot. Aragon and Vanith starting to circle around this thing, but you see Aragon kind of dodge to one side for a second. You manage, there's the hole, and you just ping and just shoot this thing right into its like kind of wounded shoulder. The same arm you shot before, as it's starting to like kind of crumple, is like.
Would crumble before me.
All right. Anything else?
Pull that bish.
Next up, then.
No, I think that's probably good.
All right. Next up is Peacekeeper.
Okay, so I'm gonna move over
All right.
in front of him. Go with the short sword.
All right. Go ahead and swing away.
Here we go.
Swing away.
That'll hit.
16 will definitely
away.
hit. You guys are on a roll today. The last 2 fights, you guys have been crushing.
Aww.
Oh, we'll
Maybe
eventually
that
stock
one.
again.
At least you can look. You
You
can.
need
Don't worry.
that for a fact.
You're doing the damage gradually. You. This one more of a glancing blow above its eyes. You just kind of swipe above it. Its brow kind of
Yeah.
like furrowed, but now blood getting into one of its eyes. It's just like.
Made it harder for you to see.
Needs a hug.
Aw.
Get it from here.
Do you want to use your?
I'll give it an invisible hug.
Do you want to use your other attack? Or?
Yes, I do.
All right. Show us what you got.
Nothing.
A 4. This time the owlbear manages to lurch
Always
out
looks
of the way again as you bring the other sword down. This thing injured, but still, a very fierce predator of this area as it's kind of looking at what's in front of it. Next up are the NPCs. Stremin, hopefully dusting off the cobwebs, is going to shoot at this thing. Oh! That's a
Oh my god.
Oh,
But okay, first I'm gonna roll
Big.
damage to see what it does. So that's where's his bow? Okay, short bow. Okay.
Jarman
6.
is on it.
So that is that's 8 damage. Peacekeeper and Aragon, the two of you standing next to each other, you guys feel a subtle breeze just zoom past you, and suddenly the eye Peacekeeper cut above has an arrow in it as the owlbear lurches back and roars like. And you just hear Strebman go,
Right.
there it is.
Bing bong bang.
This owlbear looking terribly rough as Arrakis is just gonna be like, I don't want to hit anybody, I don't want to hit anybody. They got this, I'm sure they got this. And Arrakis is going to go ahead and forego his turn. And with that,
Nice.
it is the NPCs, or it's the orcs and the owlbears. The orcs having managed to run off to the other side of the forest and completely disappear. And now it's time for the attack of the last owlbear, as he's going to go ahead.
Don't get scurvy.
And Vanith,
Attack
can you,
of the last owlbear.
Vanith, can you describe what rage does? To me real quick?
Yes, I can.
I'm afraid.
Rage. As a bonus action to rage for up to 1 minute, you gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws, +2 melee damage with strength weapons, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage. I cannot cast or concentrate on spells while raging.
All right.
My rage ends if I am knocked unconscious or if on my turn ends and I haven't attacked a hostile creature since my last turn or taking damage since then. I can also end my rage as a bonus action.
All right. Well, since it doesn't have spells and it's probably not going to be making too many saving throws, it's going to futilely kind of go into a rage state. Seeing its mate die before it, this male owlbear is going to go ahead and just rise up and roar angrily as its claws kind of extend and just goes. It is going to attack.
I
let's
roar
see.
back at him.
I'm going to. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
I like it.
Right in front of it. I'm going to quickly grab a D4 from my secret DM tray. I'm going to roll to see who it attacks first. Aragon being 1, Peacekeeper being 2, Vanith being 3, and SAB being 4.
Bring it on.
Oh,
Unfortunately, that's a 1, so it's going to try and attack Aragon.
Yes.
And in its rage, it attacks Aragon.
Oh.
With
oh
its,
my god.
It's attacked with a big
Your
meaty
anger.
claw attack.
you killed her.
So that's, wait, the claw is, 2d8. Plus
I'm sorry, more people didn't hear that.
No.
So, Aragon, this owlbear rises up, brings one of its big claws at you, and just slashes you in the chest for 15 damage. And its next target is going to be 3, which is Vanith, as it's going to take its
Let's
beak,
go.
and it's going to try and bite you in the shoulder.
Bring it on.
13.
Vanith likes pain. We all know it.
13 does not hit me.
Vanith, you being wise to the ways of the owlbears now after one dug itself into your kneecap, you managed to kind of like use the axe to hold it off for a minute, its beak kind of wrapping around the hilt of your axe, and then you kind of get it off of it as the owlbear returns to its kind of all on four stance, and it just snarls at you. I was like, "Whoa." And with that, Aragon, it is your turn.
Oh, this bitch.
We killed this bitch.
This really pissed me off. Ah. Okay. Everybody's still in my face, so I can't just flame this fucker.
No.
So we're gonna go longsword again. Probably an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Oh, just shy.
12 just misses as the owlbear kind of like puts its arm up and blocks your sword.
Here comes the unarmed strike. Oh my god.
25 will hit.
Huh.
Go ahead and roll damage
No,
that we have
unarmed.
because it's resistant to bludgeoning.
Is this? Oh, no, sorry, that's not it. It's not +4, it's +3. Oh,
You rolled a d20. You gotta roll a d4 plus your strength.
Son of a bitch.
I was gonna say, I know Aragon's strong, but he's not d20 strong. Come on now.
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Reduced to half still. Aragon, what physical strike do you do to kill this owlbear? Do you kick it? Do you punch it?
Oh, yes, I have a
Punch.
quick strike in mind. After he dodged the longsword, I lunged forward and just headbutt this fucker.
That's tight.
Ooh, I love it. The fact that Aragon's got such a
But he
big
wins with a headbutt,
Triceratops-like
but-
face. Okay then. With that, Vanith
Big fan.
and Peacekeeper, you see the owlbear dodge out of the way of the great sword. But it seems Aragon was anticipating this type of maneuver, as he just kind of like gets down with his his forehead, and he uses the kind of like large kind of spike in the middle of his head to drive into the center of the owlbear's kind of like brow. You hear this audible crack echo out to the woods as the owlbear goes, and it just topples over after Aragon slams its face into him.
Got him.
Aragon, you just headbutted an owlbear to death.
Nice.
You're back.
I didn't even- Were you waiting for some sort of audible cue to...
Do it.
No. I don't think you're ready.
And with that, guys, you've just defeated 2 owlbears, two of the most famous opponents all of D&D. Congratulations.
I have one of their heads. I have one of their heads.
With that, Vanith, you do
That's
indeed
not-
see an owlbear head severed from the body, easy enough to pick up into the bag of holding.
Yes.
If we're all okay with this, real quick, we're gonna take a short break. I have to go. I forgot to use the restroom before the stream, so I gotta go for a second. So, if you guys could bullshit in character for a couple minutes, I'd greatly appreciate that. I'll be right back, and I just need to mute myself.
You
for
got
Discord.
it, boo.
Be right back.
I'm totally gonna try and skin these things.
Nice.
Does anybody?
Ah.
Okay, so for survival, does anybody have greater than a +1?
I have a +4 survival.
+4. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a +4 medicine. Because I was like gonna ask with maybe like knowing anatomy and stuff. But if you have a +4,
He's got a -1 survival.
Aragon skins himself as he
Yeah.
accidentally tries to skin the owlbear.
Damn.
Well, I was gonna see if you guys would like to hear another story about scurvy.
Oh my gosh,
Vanith
absolutely.
sits crisscross applesauce.
So, my rival and friend Peyton,
He did, yep.
right?
Grr,
Huh?
Peyton.
He also had scurvy.
Oh, did he now?
He did. And instead of helping him,
Uh-huh.
I told him that if he drank salt water, that would get rid of his scurvy.
Mm. Good for if you have a cut in
Horrific
your
human
mouth,
being.
but not for.
So
Garbage. You're an elf. You're not even a
for one week,
I'm not a
he drank he drank
He
seawater.
drank scurvy.
drink scurvy.
Just
Until
scurvy and a.
We had to stop at the Lemon Island. And our doctor asked him why he had been drinking salt water, and he told him it was my fault. And
How dare he blame it on
that's what I said. I said he must be delirious from drinking all the seawater.
from the scurvy. The scurvy. The scurvy.
The
got
scurvy.
brain.
And the scurvy. And the doctor agreed with me that it was absolutely that. And so to this day, Peyton, as I know him, does not remember the situation, but I do, and I got quite a chuckle out of it.
All right, so what lore did I miss?
Revan told us a story about scurvy, and Mina and I want to skin one of these out there.
Alrighty then.
Yes.
With that.
Want to sell
That's
the
really
pelt.
good.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, I wanna make them into blankets,
Okay.
Ooh.
like coats
shit.
or something. But that can wait until after we've successfully skinned them.
Okay. Does one of you want to? Do you both want to skin one each, or does one person want to give the other advantage on skinning one of them?
Want to each
I've
try
got a-
one?
Sure.
Okay then.
Okay, but really quickly first, I have a +4 in medicine. Could I use that as like knowing like their anatomy and
unfortunately,
like that?
medicine rules are for like if you're applying bandages or some type of like improvised healing to a person, survival would be the one you need to do because you're skinning an animal.
I know.
I like the logic,
but I
but
thought it was worth a
unfortunately,
try.
It was. I like the logic, but
Well, then it's gonna have to be Vanna because I only have a +1.
okay then, Vanith, you have advantage on skinning one owlbear if Mina is willing
Ooh,
to
all right.
assist.
Sis.
Awesome.
Back-to-back 12.
That's a
Wow.
12.
We'll say that for the most part, you managed to, with one of the owlbears. I'm assuming you're doing the one with the missing head.
Oh yeah.
So you were able to, get enough of a pelt that could equate to a rather nice blanket, maybe a cloak.
Ooh.
Solid.
The
like
other owlbear is still sitting there, just as dead. SAB is starting to nibble on it as he kind of like walks over, bites on its arm, and just rips a chunk from it. As Aragon hasn't really been feeding him properly, like Strebin, for the most part, has been throwing SAB some food, but not a full-on meal.
Wow, Aragon.
Is owlbear part of the diet?
Aragon.
That's animal abuse. Be ashamed.
Gotta make sure. Have we been giving him enough fruit? We don't want SAB. to
No,
get
we don't
scurvy.
want any scurvy.
This is a true concern. I don't know why you guys are acting like it's not.
Obviously
I'm
we're
worried
acting
about the
like
health
it's a
of
true
SAB.
concern.
Can't let SAB get scurvy.
And
You know what? Here, SAB,
SAB
come
is-
over here and eat the one that we already skinned.
SAB
Take a
is
break.
completely nourished. I don't want to hear it.
You know what? Fuck you. SAB, eat.
Mina, if you really want to, you can do an animal handling check.
Oh yeah.
SAB is currently, chewing on the arm of one of them.
All the way over there? Go do an animal handling check?
She's
I can
Is she
walk
still-
over.
Is she still
It's
invisible?
true.
Do we
It's-
know?
Well, that's like a
No,
whole
I'm not
third.
still invisible.
It's like a
Oh.
whole third.
Seven. Mina, you
Uh.
wave to SAV and show him the other one that now has kind of exposed skin to it, and it's missing head. But SAB sort of shrugs and keeps gnawing on the arm of the one he fought. So he's just sort of standing there, kind of ripping more bits of its arm off, eventually finding enough to be a satisfying meal.
The
you
hair
guys-
gives it flavor.
This is very good.
You guys have skinned the owlbear. You have a head that I'm assuming you're throwing in the bag of holding. And with
Oh,
that,
yes.
you all can hop back on the cart at your leisure.
Woo!
Same sitting order as before.
I want to
Yeah.
sit up front.
Sure.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Pronounced leisure.
All right.
Sure.
Peacekeeper.
Seal.
Legume.
As you kind of hop to the front, Iraq is sort of like comes to you and says, "Hey, I know you're the co-pilot, so I'm fine with you being up front. But can you do me a favor when we get to I was about to call it Waterdeep. Do you mind if you do me a favor when we get to Riverside?
Okay, what is it?
From looking at the map and remembering what I do remember, if you see kind of a building on the road that we're taking in that seems rather nice, maybe some kind of library, I'd appreciate you letting me know.
This guy and his damn libraries.
If I see a library,
Having fun
will
isn't
let you
hard
know.
when you have a library card, okay?
Thank you, Peacekeeper.
pretty much go hand in hand.
Arrakis nods to you and hops into the back of the wagon. You all start riding off. Getting there a little bit later because of the skirmish. Allow me to set the scene for you and allow me
Irvy.
to set the map that I have for you all.
Ooh.
And I need to find the wagon cart.
This is beautiful.
Where's the wagon? Where'd the wagon go? There it is.
Out here dragging a wagon.
No, wagon. Okay, I gotta make it much smaller. I can't make it any smaller.
That's tiny.
Visual
It's a tiny
representation.
city.
Your wagon is blocking the building. You know what? We're gonna go with Theater of the Mind. No wagon on the map. As you guys are riding in on the North Road. Peacekeeper, can I get a perception check? And you can have a perception check with advantage, because...
I don't need
Oh,
it.
okay then, 18. Peacekeeper, you heard
You can
Arrakis.
see.
Not exactly sure what your personal thoughts are on him, but you figured, you'll help the guy out. As you're riding along, the sun slowly cresting over the kind of hillscape, the ground lightly covered in a slight snow as you're in still a colder nation than what you've been used to. You see the slow, dim light of Riverside coming over the hill as you guys crest over the mounds of the road. The city very much well within reach now, but you see closer on the road a rather...
Where are we on the map?
I'll do a quick drawing to where you guys would be in a bright...
Oh, you can just ping it. I just was.
Oh, right, the pinging. You guys
Is
would
it
be on
on
this
there?
side of the map. You're coming in on this road.
Okay, got it.
But, Peacekeeper, you actually see a rather nice-looking establishment on the road outside of the city. And you actually are able to see the sign as it reads, the Silver Tomes Nook, Library of Lady Ayun.
Hey, I think I see a library. You did mention the library? Was it something else? Was it a bowling alley?
You see Arrakis come to the front, and immediately his jaw kind of drops as he kind of clutches both Strebit and your shoulder. He's like, that's it.
Oh my god.
That's my mom's library.
He is fucking pumped.
I
To meet
remember
his mom.
I haven't seen it like that in forever. The last time I was running it, it was horribly burnt down. Do you guys mind if we pull over?
Let's go meet
let's
your
go.
mom.
All right.
Mind.
I mean, this is a little out of our way, but we're okay with that.
Strowman brings the cart around. You all can put your token where Arrakis is as you guys walk up to the Silver Tomes Nook Library of Lady Ioun. And if anyone wants to do a religion check, go right ahead.
I would like to do a religion check.
I have a +6 religion.
I got a +3.
On my level.
Big ol' 13.
Yeah, I didn't do much.
All right.
Sad face.
So collectively, I see Aragon staying in the cart. Collectively, what'd you say?
I'm macabre.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
he's in the car.
I am also joining. 1 second.
So collectively, you all have a basic understanding of the kind of pantheon that you've technically grown up worshiping, depending on where you come from or how devout your group was when you were growing up. Ioun, you know, is the goddess of knowledge and understanding what is unknown. Often, libraries are technically considered places of worship for her, or at least places of sanctuary for devout followers of Ioun. Arrakis doesn't bear too many kind of religious symbols except for his belt buckle, which is a dwarven take on on Ioun, which is a hammer on top of a book. And as you guys approach the sign, you can see the symbol for the library is the exact same hammer on top of the exact same book.
Like his belt
Can't be
buckle.
related.
Arrakis sort of standing at the doorway, very much trembling at the idea of this. Like, I didn't want to get my hopes up, but this is it. This is exactly what I remember. This is where I grew up.
Let's go in.
I put my
let's
hand
see
on
if
his
your
shoulder
mom's
and
there.
say, I put my hand on his shoulder and say, "You can do this."
Okay.
And
Don't
do
get
it.
his hopes up.
Vanith, give me a charisma
You're
roll.
already up.
Give me a charisma roll for advantage,
Charisma.
since you're the leader of the group and you're.
Advantage.
Oh,
I don't
no
even need it.
need.
That's it, baby.
Vanith, you see the kind of like very scared, trembling form of Arrakis, and you put your hand on his shoulder. He kind of looks to you, and you just give a knowing look. You may not know exactly what he's feeling, but you kind of give him a look that just says everything's going to be okay. Just go for it. And Arrakis breathes in.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Let's do this. And he walks in through the door. With that, I'm going to completely remove the covering. There's the delete button. That little bell chimes as he walks into the door. Anyone wants to follow in behind him. As he sort of looks around, looks to the counter, and smiles, remembering many times of where he worked, right there. And you see a dwarven woman come around the corners. Oh, excuse me, can I help you folks? You see her taking... I know this. I don't think this is the right way of saying it, but she's taken aback when she sees not all of you, but Arrakis. And you see Arrakis start to buckle again. He's like, "Hi,
And she probably thinks it's Baracus.
are you I guess I'll just ask. Are you Vistra Silvertones?" She nods her head and says, "Aye, that's who I be. It's a pleasure to meet everyone. I apologize, but the library was just about to close. I was just restocking the shelves for the evening." And Arrakis steps forward. It's like, "Vistra Silvertones, you're the owner of this library. You and your husband left your dwarven home to spread the word of Ioun." She kind of nods, kind of aghast at the situation. Arrakis then steps forward again. It's like, "And you... Well, I may not know the exact amount of time in this universe, but not too long ago you found a kid abandoned and alone in Waterdeep, or I guess in this place, Riverside, in a dumpster at the north port of town." And she says, "Arrakis? Is that you?" And you see Arrakis just sort of starts falling to his knees as the two of them rush into a hug.
What?
I thought he was from a different dimension.
I can't believe
Yes.
Vanith is fully weeping at this point.
Revan is extraordinarily confused.
It's
I'm
the
speechless.
You hear Arrakis start to say, I'm so sorry. I failed you where I'm from. I wasn't able to save you. I'm sorry, Mom. And you hear her say, oh, it's okay, son. I never thought I'd see you again. I'm the one who failed. I couldn't keep you. I did my best to keep you healthy and strong, but you just weren't meant for it. I'm so sorry, son. I can't believe it. You're here and you look just as wide-eyed as you did when I lost you.
What? He die in our timeline?
Oh, you see her kind of wipe her face as she kind of steps next to Arrakis. Like, well, this is a bit strange. I never thought I'd get to see my son. Not at least fully grown, at least. I don't mean to put you off, but please come in. Anybody could shed some light on this, I'd be more than grateful to. Listen.
I am full of confusion.
Arrakis sort of chimes in. He's like, well, Mom, if you're right with me saying that, I come from a different dimension. And where I was from, you passed away when I was 15, and I ran the library as best I could. And she looks at me and says, well, you passed away when you were 9. I tried my best to take care of you, but you just are too far gone. I gave you 5 extra years after I found you, and I can't believe it. I almost think I'm going to look out back and you're not going to be buried back there. And you guys do see a window in the kind of back area next to this bookshelf that if anyone wants to go investigate, they can.
Oh, absolutely. I need to figure out what the fuck's going on.
All right, Revan?
And if you go high enough, maybe you can jump out of it.
Revan and Mina, you guys both look out the back window, not needing a investigation check. As you can see, just out behind the library, there's a small garden-like shrine and a tombstone that says Ericus Silver Tomes. Gone far before yet he had to realize his potential.
Shit.
Oh shit!
I turn to Vanith and I say, Vanith, President's dead.
No, he's right here. He is risen.
Guys.
Arrakis sort of looks around you all and says, this is a lot to take in. He looks to his mother. We have a lot of catching up to do, I guess. We do, son. We do. I like your outfit, but honestly, you always looked better in blue, in my opinion. Thanks, Mom. I don't know if you guys want to stay here or not. I know there's at least some rooms in the basement, but if you guys want to head to the city to kind of secure the ship, I'd love to catch up with my mom. And she just nods, like, yes, you're all welcome to stay. There's not much room, but if you got a place to be in the city, you're more than welcome to come back. I'd like to talk to my son.
I'll lead the charge. I'll take a nap under the wagon.
Yeah, I'll go get the boat.
Arrakis, take as much time as you need.
Thanks, Vanith.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Anytime, Baracus Obama, and I salute him and walk out.
All right.
Absolute asshole.
What?
You can't even just call him by his right name. Just one.
Oh
Not
my.
even once.
Fine. I turn to him and I say, Arrakis, I'm very glad that you have found your mother, and I still salute him
because that's who I am, and I will not
So
change.
Assuming it is. Like your
Arrakis,
mother.
Fine.
Arrakis gives a smile and actually salutes back.
Aw, he's so sweet, and you didn't even call him his name.
As you guys,
My name.
It just means that I like him, okay?
as you guys
It's
leave,
different than with Aiden.
as you guys leave Silvertone's Nook, you hear Vistra say, "You have quite a colorful group of friends, son." He's like, "Yeah, I got lucky." And with that,
Lucky or curse?
as you guys got back into the wagon and Stremen sort of keeping watch, we're gonna end session here today.
Good day.
Oh,
How about that?
Guys, thank you so much
Ooh.
for coming to watch. For the people in stream that asked about the audio, hopefully I was able to fix it. Hopefully next week it's better. Thank you for coming to watch. Guys, thank you so much for this week. This was a fun point that I wanted to at least hope to play out. I was kind of expecting 50-50. You guys would not care about Arrakis to where you just let the story thread go, but I'm kind of happy you guys...
of course I care about Arrakis.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
not a monster.
I care so much.
Yeah, he's a pretty good boy.
Well, I'm glad we got to express the story thread, because believe it or not, it will come in handy later down the line. But before I spoil the entire series itself, I'd like to once again thank everybody for coming this week. The players, the people watching, thank you so much. Always glad to put on the stream. Join us again next week, hopefully, when we can pick up the crew checking out Riverside, securing the ship for the rest of their adventure. And if you want to check out the rest of the series, head on over to Cast Iron Comics on YouTube. Granted, I haven't said this much, but the earlier seasons, I was still figuring out how Discord works, so please bear with the technical difficulties. And until next time, we'll see you all around the house. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.